Coach, Game 2 victory. A 2-game series lead now heading to Portland, Maine. Your takeaways from tonight?
Obviously, our special teams was, well, I guess the power play was a little bit better tonight. A little bit more urgency from the group. A little bit better puck movement. And then kind of getting to the dirty areas to find that one. And then, some I would say high end skill from Barratt and Newton on the one time play. The special teams really stepped up, and then obviously flip side of the power play, our PK was really strong. Limited chances, had that 4-on-3 in the second period there, where we prevented any real high danger opportunities. So those two sides of it were huge for us tonight.
What were you seeing from your point of view when Nags pushed the net?
Yeah. Very competitive player, very competitive person. I guess you're not always going to agree with the officials, and I guess that was a moment where, I guess him and myself were thinking the same thing, but he just had something to push and gives the net a good shove there, and it's an emotional time of year. It's a very emotional game, and like I said, extremely competitive, and that's just kind of showing the colors. It's not something negative. It's he's a passionate guy.
Was there any added pressure of getting beer in the audience tonight?
No, I wouldn't say so. Obviously, he's a presence, but he's just another hockey person that's in the building, and it's cool for the guys to see him, but I don't think there's any added pressure. Our guys are ready to play regardless of who's in the stands, and even if an NHL GM isn't in the building, they have access to our game, so anybody can be watching at any time. So the guys know that, and any time that they're in the playoffs, people are watching. They want winners, so kind of playing our game the right way, and helping ourselves out with that.
Coach, can you talk about what you got out of Evan Barratt tonight?
Yeah, obviously, he's been consistent for us in the last month and a half as far as contributing offensively. He drives plays. He has a shot mentality. He's got a lot of things in his game that are evident that he's a top end player, especially at our level. And I think overall he's been great for us. So it's kind of what our expectations for him have grown, and he holds himself to a really high standard. He's just like Nags, he's an extremely competitive player, and he always wants to be in the middle of it and contribute as much as he can for us.
5 goals, 5 different goals scored. How crucial is that this time of year to have contributions from the first line all the way down to the fourth line?
Yeah, as nice as it is for Newton to be on the score sheet regularly. It's big for us to get the secondary scoring. And I think we've had that for majority of the year, having a couple 30 goal scorers, multiple 20 goal scorers. So those are the guys that we rely on, and they're looking to contribute offensively as much as they can. So that was just another example of it.
How important was it to get these two at home, knowing that the next 3 potentially are in Maine?
Yeah, you have to take care of your business on home ice. Going into any team's building, you're going to be in a tough situation. So, getting the 2-0 lead in the series is important, but it's kind of almost a reset when you enter another team's building. You can't really have the mentality that we have the 2-0 lead, that we can just kind of cruise. It's going to be even more difficult when we go out there.
What's the biggest thing you think that, I know you're up 2-0, but what is the biggest thing you think the team needs to improve upon?
There's been some play through the middle of the ice where we're a little bit inconsistent. As far as sometimes we're not managing the puck as well as we should, or some structure as far as how we play the game gets a little bit sloppy. It's something that we've talked about. I know that the game happens very fast, and there's a lot of change of possession, which kind of throws people off at times. So just some small things through the middle of the ice that we could probably be a little bit better here.
Evan, tonight, one of the 4 players in multi-point games. What was clicking on the offense that carried each and every period of tonight?
Yeah, I think we just played hard. We weren't doing anything special. I think we just stuck to what we do best, building off of each other's shifts and getting to the net. And they were a couple of them went in tonight for us, and we played with a lead a lot of the night, and that helped a lot.
Been part of the power play tonight, a big goal, and you with a pretty fine across. What can you talk about that power play, able to get back into gear with 2 goals now?
Yeah, I think our unit, we've been, not necessarily struggling, but we haven't been putting the pucks in net like we want to. And I think we just kind of simplify things and move the puck quick. And luckily I found that lane to Newton, and he banged it home. It was nice.
After having a troubled start to your season, how do you feel to progress towards mid-season and the regular season and to have this game now?
Yeah, I think I was just, dealing with a lot at the beginning of the my time here in the season, and I think just kind of settling in and relying on my teammates and picking me up. And I think, as of past month or 2, it's been going well, and hopefully we stay hot through these next couple weeks.
Go ahead, Jake.
As you were circling that there, it looked like you tried to go for the Michigan or lacrosse style goal. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I just couldn't believe he saved that tip at first. So I just was, it's kind of, I don't know why I thought of it, but it didn't work. So maybe we don't do that again.
5 goals, 5 different goal scores. How big of a deal is that, just to have contributions from all over the team?
Yeah, that's awesome. We know we got a pretty awesome room in there with a lot of good players, and I think that's what makes it for a good run. And like you said, 5 different players scored tonight, and we're gonna need everyone to contribute if we really want to make a run.
How important was getting these first 2 games knowing you got ahead